Hey guys, Andrew here from Nitecore Singapore. My goal is to get you equipped with the best possible lights and gear to accomplish whatever you need. So today I'll show you the latest Carbo 10K and Carbo 20K power banks. Right, these are amazing super light carbon bricks. And what's the difference between them over the older NB10K and NB20K? Right, and also the monster Shargeek ones here. So all of them are made for very different users. So after watching this, you have a very clear understanding of what to choose for your needs. So before we begin, if you want to win this latest Carbo 10K and Carbo 20K power bank, do subscribe to this channel and comment below on if you prefer power banks that are lightweight like these or bigger ones like these that can charge anything. Once we hit 500 likes, I'll pick 2 winners and announce them in the description box below. Alright, so first off, the biggest question. Who are these designed for? Because these are not the cheapest, nor are they the fastest or the largest capacity, but they are the lightest and the strongest. So they are targeting very specific users. The perfect user would be a first responder that needs something small, lightweight, compact, because they already have a lot of gear on their person. It also has to be rugged and discreet for ops use. Right, the Carbo 10K and Carbo 20K fits that bill perfectly. There are no flashy LED screens to crack or crazy colors. It's matte and it's black. The guys have been using it to top up their devices on the field, be it communication devices, GPS, flashlights, repellents, and more. The other type of user that will appreciate this angle are ultralight travelers and hikers. Say you're walking a lot in another country with a backpack, so you need everything to be as light as possible because it all adds up. This is also a perfect fit and is airline safe. The next biggest question is, what's the difference between these carbon ones and the NB 10K and 20K power banks, right? They are also carbon and also around the same weight, right? But more expensive. Then what about the SCL10, the Shargeek ones, and all the other cheap Alibaba power banks out there? Why should you bother with these Carbo 10 and 20K? So let's break it down. When buying power banks, I only look at 3 things, right? First is the max output. This affects the type of device it can charge and how fast, right? The Carbo 10K, Carbo 20K, NB10K and the Nitecore SCL10 here. Right, these all capped out at 20 watts. Okay, so that means it can charge iPhones, flashlights, the CI2 battery chargers, no problem. But it cannot charge iPads, which need around 30 watts max output. So tablets, laptops, MacBooks, which need around 45 watts maximum. The ones that can do that are the NB20K at 45 watts and the Shargeek series, which can go up to 100 watts. So immediately, if you're looking for a power bank to charge your laptop on the go, you don't even need to look at these. You know you have to go for these larger max output power banks. Alright, the second thing I look for is max input, which affects how much time you save while waiting for it to recharge. Right, this is also very important for seasoned travelers because one of them told me that he hated having to wait around in town for hours for a power bank to charge. Right, it wastes a lot of his travel time. So all the carbon ones here have around 18 watts max input. Right, so that's around 3 to 4 hours to fully recharge. If you need it faster, the Shargeek series takes around 90 minutes to fully charge because of their insane 65 and 100 watt max input. These capacities are also huge, 20,000 milliampere and 25,000 milliampere. So if time is important, these are what to look at. Right, the third thing is size and weight and ruggedness. Right, this is where the carbon power banks truly shine. The 10,000 milliampere ones are just 150 grams and are so compact. Right, just look at how thin they are compared to, say, an iPhone. Right, look at that, it's even smaller than an iPhone here. Now on paper, the specs between the older NB10K and the Carbo 10K are the same, right? 18 watts in, 20 watts out. One USB-C and one USB-A. Right, but this Carbo 10K costs quite a bit more. Right, the cost comes from construction. The NB10K is made from 2 carbon panels, right, around a polycarbonate frame. So this means it can still flex and bend if you sit on it. The Carbo 10K is made out of a carbon fiber polymer shell. Right, so the whole thing is one solid piece. There are no side frames or anything. Look at the base, it's all smooth and sealed out of one solid piece of carbon polymer shell. Right, it doesn't bend or flex, the drop rating on this has been bumped to 2 meters, double that of the older NB10K, so it's way more rugged. Right, aluminum power banks like the SCL10 here, right, if you drop them, they might dent and they will stay dented, right, potentially damaging the battery inside. So that's why a lot of first responders here use these, easy to hold, right, it won't snag or catch on anything because there are no sharp edges, even around the corners. So when you pull it out of your vest, everything is rounded. The texture is easy to grip with or without gloves. If you need higher capacity, just move up to the Carbo 20K here. So now this currently holds a record for the lightest 20,000 mAh power bank at just 295 grams, even lighter and smaller than the older NB 20K. Difference here, much shorter and lighter. Here's how it compares to the Carbo 10K, 20K below, 10K on top. So thickness is basically double, right? But length and all that, basically they are the same, just double of the 10K, right? Very, very compact, very nice to hold. Then what's the difference between the Carbo 20K and the NB now that we're looking at 20,000 mAh power banks? Since many already have the NB 20K and want to upgrade to the Carbo 20K, it might be smaller and lighter, right? But technically it's not an upgrade. Okay, in terms of max input and output, the Carbo max output is 20 watt, half of the NB 20K at 45 watt. This means this cannot charge iPads or MacBooks. Same capacity, but different capability. Right, so if you don't need to charge bigger devices and want the smallest capacity in the smaller size, then yes, the Carbo 20K is a great upgrade. If you're worried about scratching the carbon surface or you just want to protect your power bank more, right, pro tip, I like to carry mine in the padded Nitecore NPP30 pouch here. These are all padded. It perfectly fits the Carbo 20K in here, right, zips up like this. Alternatively, it can also fit 3 Carbo 10Ks or NB10K. What I also like to carry around are these tiny USB LEDs so your power bank can double as flashlights or lanterns. So here's how it works. Right, it goes into the USB slot here, turn it on, and there you go. Right, so you got a very, very, very long runtime mini lantern light, right, for all kinds of emergencies. Then what about the Shargeek series, right? Who are these for? These are not made by Nitecore, but we brought them in because they are so amazingly powerful and we love them very much. These are like mini power stations that look amazing, right? It's quite hard to take this out and not have someone do a double take, okay? Look at that. Many of the guys have bought these to power industrial devices, medical devices, cooling fans, laptops, right, in a makeshift command center kind of setup. Working on the go, filming, powering your lights, right, you want to do cafe hopping overseas, right, these are where the Shargeeks shine because of their huge capacity and high output. The IPS display warns you if something isn't working right, temperatures are too hot and so on. I don't actually look at it all the time, but it's nice to know that all my devices are getting charged at maximum speed, right, so no time is wasted. The downside to these are how heavy they are. Right, the 25,000 mAh Storm 2 comes in at a hefty 590 grams. That's half a kg, but it's a lot of battery in here. I also wouldn't drop this because it's definitely not as rugged as the carbon power banks. I feel the best pick would be the Storm 2 Slim at 450 grams. It's a good compromise for the sheer charging flexibility it offers. Right, it doesn't have the 75 watt DC output of the Storm 2, but not many will need that type of output anyway. Right, the last factor that some might consider is cost. A lot have said that, hey, I can buy a $11 power bank on Alibaba that have larger capacities. Right, look at this amazing example here. Right, this raises so many red flags for me. If you look at the specs, the max in and out is 10 watts. That means it will take 10 hours to fully recharge that. So put it in real world use, even if you plug it in overnight, have a full 7 hours sleep, when you wake up, it still won't be fully charged, right? There's no PD or QC protocols. That means it cannot charge any faster, even if you use a 100 watt cable, right? There's no overcharging or over discharge protection, no heat cut off, right? This causes the battery to rapidly degrade when you leave it plugged in after it hits 100%. Even these Nitecore 4000 mAh batteries have extra built-in protection to help with this, right? Imagine walking around with a battery 4 times the size without any safety on it. This is the type of power bank to stay far away if you want any kind of reliability. So that's essentially what you're paying for. The more of these safety features a power bank has, the pricier it will be. There are also wireless charging power banks, but those add weight and are only practical literally on a table, right? And it doesn't make sense for the first responder or ultralight traveler that we are looking out for. I hope you have more clarity on the differences between the Nitecore power banks and the 3 things to look out for, right? Max output, max input, and build quality, which are the size, weight, and ruggedness. So should you buy the Carbo 10K or 20K? Right? If you are someone that values lighter weight over charging speed, these are solid pieces to add to your kit. If you need to charge tablets or laptop, then look towards the NB 20K, right? Or the Shargeek series. Those will serve you better. Right, these are all in stock now at nitecorelights.com. There's also a bulk discount option, so it's perfect if you're buying for your team, family, or friends. Right, these have sold out before and will sell out again, so order yours today. Once your order is placed, we'll courier everything to your door within a couple of days. Link to orders in the description below. As usual, this comes with our 60-day money-back guarantee and fuss-free 1-year warranty, so there's no risk at all. That's it. If you'd like to see more videos like this where we help you choose the best lights for your work or adventures, subscribe below and I'll see you on the next video. Right, MJ signing out.